What's up YouTube, Capital G here. Amongst all the news, we got some new stuff from the Dark Illusion, and this might be the craziest thing I have seen in a very long time, guys. This is Nirvana High Magician, and you should instantly see this card and go, what the freak? Because if I'm not mistaken, I'm not that blind. That is white at the top and green at the bottom, which you know what that means. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first Synchro Pendulum monster. That is crazy. We have Synchro Pendulums now. Now I know that we do have a Pendulum XC monster and Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, which is I think like ranked 7 if I'm not mistaken, and that card is kind of cool. But this is a Synchro Pendulum monster. This is Nirvana High Dragon. This card's got to be an ultra rare. Like they're not gonna make the first card ever and make it anything like it's gonna be secret or ultra. I don't think there's any way that this card will be common or rare or anything like that. All right, so let's look at it. It's a level 10 Dark Spellcaster. Of course, there are going to be a lot of powerful spellcasters because this is the Dark Illusion. It's the New Age Magician's Fourth. This is the Dark Magician set. Okay, and 3,300 attack, 2,500 defense. So it's a world beater. Stat line is impressive. It's definitely good. It's more powerful than Leo, just on paper, you know, of the stat line. The pendulum scale is 8. I'm all for that, man. We need more high pendulum scales. The pendulum, it has multiple pendulum effects, by the way, too. This card has like 8 effects. It has like literally 8 different effects. All right, so our pendulum effect is if your pendulum monster attacks, that monster is not destroyed by battle, and at the end, and battle damage you take as a result becomes 0. Okay. Now I was thinking like, okay, so basically if I run into a big monster with a pendulum that is weaker, my monster doesn't die and I don't take any damage, but there has to be some reason why I would want to do that. Otherwise it's kind of pointless because it's only when it attacks. It's not when it gets attacked. The effect number 2 says at the end of the damage step that your pendulum monster attacked, until the end of the turn, all monsters your opponent controls lose attack equal to that attacking monster's attack. So let me put that into perspective. If you had a, let's say, a Skull Combat Joker, and you attacked into an Ignister, the Joker would not die, and the Ignister until the end of the turn would actually lose 1,800 attack. So this is actually this is a really good pendulum effect. That's a really good pendulum effect. It just makes it very easy to run over really big monsters with pendulums. I mean, like one of the things that pendulums struggle with is like domain and monarchs and whatnot, but this would make it very easy to run over things just using pendulums, in general. All right, so the pendulum effect I think is very good. All right, so it says monster materials and effects. It requires 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner synchro monsters. So it's like a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. It's a synchro that requires another synchro. So you essentially have to synchro up into this, but you have to do it the way that they do it on like the TV show, not the way you do it in like real life. You have to do it the Quasar way, essentially. All right. It's just kind of like making a Leo, but you have to use that's another synchro. It says, if you would synchro summon this card, you can treat 1 pendulum summoned pendulum monster you control as a tuner. Wow! So you don't even need to run tuners. This card is what? So you don't even technically need to run tuners. All you have to do is just pendulum a monster and it becomes a tuner. Like what? Okay, so it's a synchro that you summon using another synchro, but you don't technically need to run tuners to even summon it. Awesome. And then it has 3 more effects. Okay, this card is crazy. If this card is synchro summoned using a pendulum summoned pendulum monster as a tuner, well, okay, you can target 1 card in your graveyard, add that card to your hand. Whoa, so it's basically Dark Magician of Chaos and Mask of Darkness at the same time, and it gets a wow, that effect is stupid. So basically they want you to use, they don't want you to use a real tuner. They want you to use a pendulum monster that's being treated as a tuner. Okay. Effect number 2, if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can halve your opponent's life points. What the if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can halve your opponent's Konami, put down that crack pipe. What are you doing? Effect number 3, if this card is in the monster zone, oh wait, if this card is, can't read. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle or card effect, place this in the pendulum zone. Okay, so that's how you get in the pendulum zone. Yo, that effect too though. What? If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, does not have to send it to the graveyard, by the way. You can have your opponent's life points. Oh my god, what are they doing with this card? This card is just fucking retarded. Holy shit. I knew it had to be powerful because it's the first Synchro Pendulum monster ever, but damn. Like, this card is like fucking crack. Okay, then we have Performapal Life Swordsman. Okay, it is level 1, Light Warrior, so it's a Rota target, 0/0. Probably has to be kind of powerful to have 0 stat line. Effect number 1, when your opponent gains light points, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, this card's attack becomes equal to the amount your opponent gains. Okay, that's cool. I mean, really, people don't gain that. Like, it's really hard to gain life points in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, maybe you could play an upstart and then special this. You could have 1,000 attack. That'd be cute. Effect number 2. When this card is distributed, you can target one face-up monster on your field. That monster gains 1,000 attack until the end of the turn. Okay, this is like a niche card. I can't really think of anything other than upstart that would trigger this. Like, there's just not that many ways of gaining life points. Now, I wonder if you can... No, that wouldn't work. Well, I was thinking maybe you could summon it during the damage step, like your opponent has Thought Ruler Archfiend and they attack over a monster in game. But no, like, who the fuck runs that? You know, like, I'm reaching too much. Acrobat Magician, level 5 Dark Spellcaster, Pendulum. P scale looks like it's a 2. It has to be a spellcaster, right? Okay, it has to be a spellcaster because it's a magician. I wonder if this counts as a magician monster, like the magicians we have, the Pendulum Magicians. I wonder if this counts as a magician. I don't know. So it's a Pendulum scale 2. Pendulum Effect is the effect can only be used once per turn. When a monster / monsters on the field is destroyed by an effect, special summon this card from the Pendulum Zone. You're only going to summon it in defense because it's 800 attack, 2300 defense. Okay, is this optional? No, it's not optional. I don't like that. Monster effect. When a spell or trap's activation is negated, special summon this card from your hand. Okay. Effect number 2. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can place it in your Pendulum Zone. Oh, at least it does kind of loop then. Yeah, okay, well, so if a monster on the field is destroyed by an effect, you can special summon it. And then when it's destroyed by battle, you can put it right back in your Pendulum Zone. It's kind of loopy, but a little too restrictive, and it's not going to do a lot of damage. This is Red Demon Dragon Tyrant. So it's a Jack Atlas card. This is Red Dragon Archfiend Tyrant. Okay, it's a level 10. Didn't he already have... I thought there was already a Red Dragon that was a 10. And... No, maybe I'm thinking, yeah, there's already... It's the Abyss. It's the Hot Abyss one, right? Isn't it 10? 35 attack, 3,000 defense. Holy shit, dude. Jack Atlas is back at it again with the big-ass dragon monsters. It requires 2 tuners plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Oh, so this is what requires the new card. Okay, so there's another card that I saw. I haven't made a video about it called Red... I think it's Red Nova. So this is what you use it for. Okay. Wow. So there's finally a synchro that requires 2 tuners. Okay. This card cannot be special summoned except by synchro summon. Yeah, you don't want people called hunting this thing back. The 1 and 2 effects of Red Dragon, Archfiend, Tyrant can only be used once per turn, respectively. Effect number 1, during your main phase, destroy all cards on the field except this card. During this turn, monsters you control other than this card cannot attack. Holy crap, it's fucking Judgment Dragon. Wow. It's basically Judgment Dragon, boys, but without the life point cost. I mean, other monsters can't attack, but damn. That's definitely an effect worthy of a level 10 monster. Effect number 2, when a spell or trap is activated during the battle phase, negate that activation, and if you do destroy it, then this card gains 500 attack. Damn, dude, talk about an unstoppable force. So basically, this motherfucker is immune to battle traps, like, completely. So don't look to be using Rippling Mirror Force on this, or Forbidden Lance, or like Chalice, or any of that nonsense, because this is during either player's turn. This card is very powerful. I mean, yeah, and I like that you don't have to use like a synchro or anything like that. It's just 2 tuners and a non-tuner, so this doesn't seem that hard to summon. And then we have Red Mirror. This is obviously a Jack Atlas card as well, because Jack Atlas, all his cards are like red cards. All right, so level 1, Fire, Fiend. It's a effect monster, stat line 0/0. The 1 and 2 effects can only be used once per turn. Effect number 1. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target 1 Fire Fiend type monster in your graveyard except itself. Add that card to your hand. Add that monster to your hand, excuse me. Effect number 2, if this card is in your graveyard and you synchro summon a monster, add this card from your graveyard to your hand. This effect cannot be activated during the turn it was sent to the graveyard. Wow, okay. There's a lot of utility with this card. A whole bunch of utility. I like the fact that it gets itself back from the graveyard anytime that you synchro, just not the turn that it was sent to the graveyard. So it can't be used as synchro material and then you get it back instantly. It has to already be in the graveyard. So ideally you'd want to use effect 1 and then use effect 2. So okay, it's not a bad card. We have King Scarlet, that obviously referencing Starlight, Red Dragon Archfiend, and I guess King because he's known as King Jack Atlas in the TV show. It's a continuous trap card that says when a Red Dragon Archfiend monster battles during damage calculation, your monster cannot be destroyed by battle. Then special summon this card as a normal monster. It becomes a Fiend Tuner Fire, stat line 0/0. In the monster zone, it is still treated as a trap card. So I'm guessing that maybe you use that to go into this guy, into the Tyrant. I don't know. I don't know if this card is like really necessary. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in love with this card. This card is amazing. And then we've got a couple of cards from the movie to talk about. It's just 3 cards. These are all probably, I haven't read them yet, they're probably going to be focused around Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, just because, I don't know, it seems like a lot of fan service with the movie cards, to be honest. There's Berry Magician Girl. She's a level 1 Earth Spellcaster, 400/400. If this card is normal summon, you can add 1 Magician Girl from your deck to your hand. So it looks like she's Stratos for these guys. Once per turn, when this card is targeted for an attack or an opponent's card effect, change this card to defense position, and if you do, summon 1 Magician Girl from your deck except this one. Okay, that's fine. So this is obviously the card that gets the combo or the engine started, because it's Stratos, and it's like a little bit similar to like the Maiden of the Eyes of Blue. A little bit. Doesn't negate the attack though. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, Apple Magician Girl. Level 3 spellcaster effect monster, 1200 attack, 800 defense. She's fire. Okay, this one was Earth. I didn't mention that. I'm sorry. Once per turn, when this card is targeted for an attack, you can special summon a level 5 or lower spellcaster monster from your hand. Change this attack to that, or change the attack to that monster, and the attacking monster's attack is halved. Okay. Effect number 2, when this card is destroyed by battle or card effects, target up to 3 Magician Girl monsters in your graveyard. Other than this card, maximum of 1 per name. Add those cards to your hand. Damn, I was hoping it special summoned them. That would be a little better. And then we have Kiwi Magician Girl. What is this? Kiwi? Why are they all named after fruits? Kiwi Magician Girl. She's a level 5 wind spellcaster, so you know she works with this one. Well, no, technically they both work with this because it's level 5 or lower. 1800, 1200 defense. During your player's turn, discard this card from your hand. Magician Girl's monsters gain 300 attack and defense times the number of Magician Girl monsters on the field and in the graveyards. Okay, that's really important that it counts graveyards too until the end of the turn. So it's kind of like it's a battle phase trick. I like to call things like Honest and Collude and Crane battle phase tricks. Effect number 2, while this card is in the monster zone, spellcaster monsters cannot be destroyed by effects or targeted by opponent's card effect, or excuse me, targeted by opponent's effects. Okay, so obviously this card is really strong when it's on the field. It is unfortunately a tribute monster. Although technically you can summon Kiwi by Apple, I mean, I guess, but it has to be when Apple is attacked, though. So, I mean, these are basically just going to be used in, like, a Dark Magician type deck. Maybe, like, a new Yu-Gi or something like that. But some of these cards are kind of I mean, dude, this is, like, worth building a deck around. This card is nuts, guys. Let me know what you guys think of these new cards, especially Nirvana High Paladin, our first ever Synchro Pendulum monster. As far as I know, maybe I missed one, but I couldn't think of any other ones. Thank you guys for watching, as always.